Jackie.
Indeed.
All right, hello and welcome to Weather Center Live. I'm meteorologist Jen Delgado.
And I'm meteorologist Jaqui Jeras. It's Wednesday, December 21st, the first official day of winter. Everybody say yay.
Yay, right? I know, it felt like it over the weekend. You tell some people, you're like, wait a minute, you mean winter hasn't started yet? Well, they had temperatures down to minus 15, minus 20 degrees. Well, now it's officially started, and we're looking at potentially another storm brewing for parts of the Midwest and for the holiday.
It's on the horizon, and we're already seeing towards the weekend. We'll start to watch that wet weather begin to push into the region. We're keeping an eye on the plain states for that severe weather threat. This is Sunday, Christmas Day, from parts of Nebraska through Kansas, in much of Oklahoma, and kind of dipping into northern parts of Texas. We don't have Dallas right in our severe weather outlook, but this could change between now and then. You're going to be kind of on the cusp. Torcon value number 3 for eastern Oklahoma, but damaging winds, the most likely form of severe weather. Oklahoma City may be in the bullseye. This starts pushing in on Saturday night. Sunday, most likely day to see the severe thunderstorms. This system will track off toward the east, bringing in a lot of moisture with it. In fact, some heavy downpours. A few spots could get more than an inch.
Well, do you have that holiday feel? Have you already booked your ticket? More than 103 million Americans will be traveling for the holidays, and a few things could amp up that travel stress, like, okay, delayed flights, missed connections, roadways being blocked from, just jam-packed traffic, right?
I know, it's bound to happen. I've already seen some Facebook posts today. I hate to say
not
it.
Good ones either.
Weather's a little bit quiet today, but some airports see Mother Nature's wrath a little bit more often than others. And our Reynolds Wolf takes a look at 5 airports that can be weather delay challenged. Storm systems. Actually, I know we've advertised a lot about the big winter storm on Christmas Day itself, but we've got a little weak system that's going to be impacting travelers even before that. So let's get you started with tomorrow's map. And we've got an upper level low that's going to be moving over Baja California, and this is going to be bringing some tropical to subtropical moisture into parts of the southwest, and this could cause you a little bit of trouble on the roadways as well as the airways. This will spread into the nation's midsection later on in the week. So this is going to be more of a nuisance type storm that could slow you down a little bit, but it's not going to be a crippling system, I don't think, by any means. So keeping an eye on places like Interstate 10, I-40, as well as I-70 through Colorado. That could be a problem through the passes with some heavier snow there. A little bit of a wintry mix in Albuquerque. As we head into Friday, we'll watch the upper Midwest get some light snow here. We're only talking about maybe a half of an inch to an inch. A few spots getting up to 2. Some rain in Little Rock. And then this spreads into the northeast on your Saturday with possible airport delays. And then the bigger storm arrives on Sunday. The area of greatest concern, and this is Christmas Day on Sunday, and notice highlighted in red in particular where we have the greatest threat of severe weather from southern parts of Nebraska through eastern Kansas and eastern Oklahoma and into northern Texas. Notice Dallas just shy of you, but we're keeping an eye on you as things could be a little bit changeable. Damaging winds, the most likely form of severe weather. We could also get some hail, but can't rule out a couple of tornadoes. Torcon for eastern Oklahoma is at a number 3. So this all gets started as our storm system from the west begins to make its way into the nation's midsection. We'll start to see showers and, yes, even some thunderstorms possible by Saturday night. But I really think it's Sunday afternoon and possibly into the evening hours when the threat of those stronger storms begins to push in. And notice all the moisture. Really, it goes from the Great Lakes all the way down to the Gulf Coast. The system will take its time starting to move off towards the east. So by Sunday night, we'll still be seeing some rain in St. Louis as well as into Little Rock. And then as we head into your Monday, we'll see the rain could be a little bit heavier in the middle Mississippi River Valley as well as in the Ohio River Valley. And the tail end of it kind of sweeps back here that we'll still get some rain into eastern parts of Texas. So that's going to be impacting travelers certainly all the way across the East Coast. The rainfall amounts could reach an inch or 2 even at a couple of locations. This is between now and the end of the day on your Monday. Well, be sure it looks very thin. It looks kind of wet on top. And you might be asking yourself, well, how thick does ice really need to be before you can safely walk on it? Well, good little rule of thumb, if it looks thick and blue, it's tried and true. But if it looks thin and crispy and white in color, way too risky. But as we take a look at the numbers, this information from the Minnesota DNR, ice thickness needs to be about 4 inches thick for you to walk on it safely and to do some ice fishing. Isn't that fun? Have you ever been ice fishing? Nothing better than that on a good good winter day. Oh, you need a good shanty with a heater. You put on the Vikings game and you get yourself a cocktail.
You did it back in the day?
Oh, indeed I did. A few times. Snowmobiling on the lake, that's fun too. 5-inch thickness for snowmobiling. And as we take a look at about a vehicle, in fact, I saw one from my hometown, White Bear Lake. I saw a truck went through the lake this week, and we've had a couple of blasts of Arctic air that came in and it froze the lakes over, but it's not thick enough just yet. So check with your local bait shop, check online with the DNR as well, and you'll get some more information on the lake ice thickness. But you need 8 to 12 inches for a vehicle. For a truck, you need a little bit more than that, more than a foot. But no ice, Jen, overall is 100% safe. We're in the home stretch here on Weather Center Live. Welcome back. We're in the lab with Carl Parker, and we're looking at our winter weather outlook. And oh, that's a sight for sore eyes for people who are missing snow, for people who love to ski. Tahoe is looking great.
Oh, just beautiful. This is yesterday's sunset we'd show you today, but you can't see anything. It's all obscured. And they've got a great base right now, up to about 40 inches on the high end, and a lot more snow on the way. And this is just really wonderful news for California. Now, when we take a look at precipitation in the northern Sierra, here's the average curve. So it really comes up in February and March and into April. That's the key time there for the Sierra, and we depend on it for so many reasons. This was a big year. This is 82, 83, and you can see how much higher that curve was. And then we take a look at now, and we're right there.
That's crazy. No El Nino right now.
No El Nino, right.
So we are doing good.
We're doing
for
really
this time
well.
Of the year.
Yeah, it remains to be seen whether or not we can keep that up. And really, this is a more critical time because the snow that you get early in the season can melt because you can get those higher snow levels and rain to fall on that snow. But if we can keep that up, that's going to be great news. And we've got a lot more snow on the way.
Yeah, this next system looks really impressive for the Sierras.
It looks really good. We're talking about a couple of feet of snow in a broad area there. And, we depend on that snowpack. This is sort of like the savings account here for California for water. If you can think of rain as the checking account, the snow is the savings account. And, you've got the Central Valley that's this hugely prolific farming area across the country, for the country. And then you've got water needs in general. And there's been this terrible drought. And the more that we build up the snowpack, the better off everybody else is going to be.
We build it up, we melt it down in the spring and fills everything up, and things turn green and they grow. So that's some good news there.
Yeah, very good news. And so here's a look at the timing of all this. And the snow comes into the Cascades Friday morning, gets down into the northern Sierra, the Siskiyous there, and then is going to continue to drop down through the Sierra during the day on Friday. And we'll get a lot of heavy rain, probably some flooding as well in the Sacramento Valley. Then the snow continues to work farther inland into the Colorado Rockies, into Wyoming Saturday morning. And then the low comes out into the plains.
Right, and really intensifies when it does so. This changes the ball game a little bit with this storm.
Absolutely. It's going to be cranking. This is Christmas morning that we're talking about, and Rapid City has put out a blizzard watch pretty far ahead of time, considering that we're talking about Sunday and it's Wednesday. Yeah, I mean, usually they don't do it quite that early, but the models have been very, very consistent about the idea of developing this thing so much. And so we're looking at pressure here, and this low pressure gets much, much stronger. Got a very strong high to the north. That's key for winter storms. We've got fresh, cold air being drawn down into the system, but also a huge pressure gradient between the two, which the atmosphere does not like. And in order to equal that out, to change it, it's going to create a lot of wind.
Yeah, so we have a big squeeze play with this one. Are you thinking more the wind a bigger story than the snow accumulation?
Absolutely, because it's actually not going to be that much snow around Rapid City. It's probably going to be 2 to 5 inches, something like that. So if you're thinking, well, how's that going to be a blizzard? That's not what makes a blizzard. It's all about the wind. It's about the visibility. And when we look at the winds on Sunday evening, look at this, 50 to 60 miles per hour there in Rapid City with the fine powdery snow, temperatures in the teens. So visibilities are going to drop down to a quarter mile and maybe a lot less at times. It's going to be terrible to travel in this region on Christmas Day, so just don't do it. And then on top of that, we've got freezing rain to be concerned about as well. That's going to come up into the Twin Cities. It's not going to last for a long time, but as you know, it doesn't take very much to cause big problems on the roads.
Small amounts. Great. Good information. Thanks, Carl. Jen, back